Welcome, my dear soul, to Lull and Lore, a quiet corner of the universe where stories shimmer like constellations, and every word is a thread gently pulling you into stillness. The sky is deep tonight, a velvet sea stitched with stars, each one twinkling like a memory too soft to hold. The moon hangs low, watching gently over the world, as if it knows it's time to rest now, time to dream. Here, the noise of the day fades, the worries hush, and in their place, a hush falls over your spirit. A calm descends, like the stardust on your thoughts. I am so glad you've joined me. This space was made just for you, to be seen, to be soothed, and to be slowly carried into sleep through the magic of story. So close your eyes if you wish, or just listen. Let the breath of the night hold you. Let your heartbeat sync with the rhythm of peace. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. Just let go. Be here. Be in the moment. And allow the story to wrap around you like a warm hug to a moonlight garden. The tale begins now. The Crown of Stillwater, a princess who chose herself. Part 1. The Daughter of Stillness. In a distant corner of the world, cradled between wild forests and lakes that mirror the sky, lay the kingdom of Stillwater. The realm was quiet, unassuming, and known not for wars or wealth, but for wisdom. People here spoke softly, moved with grace, and believed in something ancient, that stillness births clarity. At the heart of this kingdom stood a pale citadel carved from ivory stone. Vines trailed down its towers like poetry grown wild, and birds often nested in its crevices, unbothered by guards or gold. In this place lived Princess Alira, the only daughter of Queen Elandra and the late King Kalen. Alira was born during a storm that turned the lake waters to silver foam. The midwives whispered, "It is a sign, a child of sky and water." But the queen, holding her in arms, only whispered, "You will not be owned by thrones of storm, my daughter." Alira grew up between books and trees. Her royal tutors tried to raise her as tradition demanded: etiquette, embroidery, political alliances. But she asked questions that made the ministers uneasy. Why must a crown be heavier for a girl? Why must marriage come before mastery? Why is a prince seen as a rescue, not a rhythm? At 17, Alira began walking the kingdom alone, disguised as a commoner. She listened to healers in herbal markets, carpenters speaking to wood like old friends, mothers and midwives who told stories of loss and life in soft, steady tones. She did not crave escape, she sought understanding. One evening, as dusk painted the lake lavender, Queen Elandra called her to the high chamber. "The council has made its vote. You are to choose a consort by the next equinox. Stillwater must see a future secured." Alira bowed her head, not in defeat, but in thought. "Mother, I will answer them, not with haste, and not with a lie." That night she wrote a letter, not to a prince, but to the council. And that was the letter of defiance. I, Princess Alira of Stillwater, will not choose a consort out of obligation. A kingdom built on fear of lineage is already crumbling. I will build a future not on borrowed names or symbols of alliance, but on the living roots of our people, the strength of my mind and clarity of stillness. A prince may walk beside me, but he will not lead me. A crown will rest on my head and not weigh my will down. And if my life remains shared with none but my people, Stillwater shall not grieve but grow. It sent ripples across the court. Some old nobles huffed and claimed she had been bewitched by solitude. Others, the younger scribes and soldiers, silently folded the letter into their hearts. Then came the season of choosing. Though no formal suitors were invited, princes came anyway. From lands of fire and frost they arrived, with war horses, poems, fleets of silk, and jeweled gifts. They bowed and offered marriage, and Alira listened, but she made them work. To one she said, "Meet me in the market. We shall sell bread and hear what hunger says." To another, "Come to the orphanage. Let us ask the children what they seek in a leader." Many left, red-faced, unable to comprehend her world. But one lingered. He was not a prince of any realm, just a healer's son named Kale, from a neighboring province. He had followed her from a village where she once spent a summer learning about herbs and grief. Kale did not bring gems. He brought a story of when he held the hand of a dying father, who wasn't his own, and how silence taught him more than any scroll could. They spoke not of marriage, but of meaning. "You don't need me," Kale said gently one evening, "and that is why I would walk beside you, if you ever asked." Alira smiled a quiet, world-changing smile. Need is not love. Want, when born of choice, is. Then the queen decides that her daughter will not fall prey to the world. The queen's decision was as follows. Queen Elandra watched her daughter with pride and sorrow. She said to her, "I spent my reign preparing you for marriage," she confessed. "But now I see I should have prepared the world for your freedom." She stood before the court days later and announced, "There is no union. Princess Alira will ascend when she is ready, alone or with a companion she freely chooses. Stillwater shall not break tradition. It will redefine it." And so it did. A new kind of throne. The next years saw Stillwater transform. Alira studied governance, economics, agriculture. She restructured the royal lands, introduced councils made of tradespeople and teachers, and abolished dowries and law. She created the House of Questions, a hall where any citizen could enter and speak truth without punishment. A radical act in a kingdom where royalty was once revered in distance. She wore her crown rarely, not because she rejected it, but because she wanted people to see her face before they saw her title. And though Kale remained beside her, helping with health reforms and rural clinics, they did not marry. Not because they did not love, but because their bond needed no ceremony to validate its strength. "He is not my owner," she once told a foreign queen. "He is the calm that walks beside my fire. And so the tale finds its quiet end, like a candle gently dimming in a room that now glows with peace. Thank you, dear dreamer, for sharing this moment beneath the stars with me. May sleep cradle you softly, may your dreams be kind, and may you always find your way back to Lull and Lore. Until next time, rest well. Good night, dear dreamer.